Okay, this is a question from chapter 3, but it's in our chapter 4 homework. This is question number 24 on your homework 1 assignment. Light was measured to have a wavelength of, and your number may be different. What is the frequency of the light in hertz? And you are to put your answer in scientific notation. First thing I want to note is the equation for this from chapter 3 is lambda nu equals c. Wavelength times frequency equals the speed of light. The speed of light is given here. It may not be given on the test. I'd be sure and have it written on my sheet of paper. You might even want to work out a problem on your sheet of paper that you bring to the test. We're trying to find the frequency. That's this V value. It's actually a Greek letter nu, all right? And so that's the equation. Divide both sides by wavelength. Now, since the speed of light has units in meters and seconds, both the wavelength and the frequency need to have units in meters and seconds. And the frequency is in hertz. They want it in hertz, which is 1 over seconds. So that's good. But notice that our, try to get this back, that our wavelength, there it is in nanometers. We need to change that to meters before we plug it into the equation. So I've got 8.71 times 10 to the third nanometers, and I want to change that to meters. We started doing this in chapter 1. You may not do it exactly the same way I do it, but notice I'm setting it up exactly like we set up the grams to moles and moles to atoms calculation. I am trying to find meters. I'm starting with 8.71 times 10 to the third nanometers, and then I do multiply by the ratio where I put that unit of nanometers in the bottom to cancel, and then I put that unit of meters on top because that's what I want to be left with. And so I need to know the conversion factor between nanometers and meters. And you may recall from chapter 1, this is one of those prefixes I need to know. And in 1 meter, there are 10 to the 9th nanometers. This is the same thing as 1 times 10 to the 9th. This is the way I have the conversion memorized. And now I'm going to plug that in my calculator. All right. And calculate the meters. So I have 8.71 times 10 to the third. Use that EE or EXP button. Then I'm going to hit divided by 1 times 10. So I use my EE button to the 9th. And it is 8.71 times 10 to the minus 6th nanometers. All right, we'll need the calculator again in a minute. So that is my, oops, it's not nanometers anymore. It is meters. My nanometers has canceled. I am left with unit of meters. Now I'm ready to plug into my equation for frequency. 3 times 10 to the 8th meters per second. That's my speed of light. I plug this value for wavelength into that equation. 8.71 times 10 to the minus 6th meters. My meters ends up canceling. My answer will be in 1 over seconds, or seconds to the minus 1, or hertz, same thing. And there it is, okay? So I plug in 3 times 10 to the 8th divided by 8.71 times 10 to the negative 6th. And my answer is 3.444 times 10 to the 13th. Everybody see that E13 at the end of the calculator. Again, this is in hertz or seconds to the minus 1 or 1 over seconds. And I do a quick check. That is the answer to this question.